The world regards Einstein as one of the greatest intellectual minds. But you know what Einstein said? I have no special talents. I am just passionately curious. So curiosity really gives you an unfair advantage. Is it really a superpower? And why does Captivator emphasizes so much on curiosity? If you are someone who identifies oneself as curious, have you ever asked that why we should be curious? What is the impact of curiosity on the human body and mind? How did curiosity help us during evolution? If not, then let's find out. Curiosity is the strong desire to know or learn something. If you have ever felt the itch to know something or learn something and you have asked the question like why or how, then it's curiosity. To understand the effect of curiosity on the human mind, let's take an analogy. Imagine your brain to be a restaurant. Imagine one day an investor who invests in restaurants comes to your restaurant and no one in the restaurant identifies who he is. This investor is that question, that curiosity spark that comes to your mind, and his identity is the answer to that particular question or the solution to that particular problem or puzzle. The head waiter of the restaurant, who is very experienced, observes that he is not just a normal customer. He is someone special. This head waiter is the anterior cingulate cortex of the brain, which identifies errors and conflicts and gets aroused in such situations. However, it cannot solve big problems. So he reports this to the manager of the restaurant. The manager of the restaurant immediately responds to this alert and sets a goal to impress the investor so that he invests in the restaurant. The manager of the restaurant is the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is responsible for goal setting and planning and for focus and decision making. So curiosity gives a more clear and compelling goal, which is here to find the answer to a question or to solve a problem or puzzle. So our thinking is much more directed rather than getting distracted by the surroundings. Hearing the plan, the entire team is motivated to achieve the goal, as they know if they are successful, they can be rewarded with bonus and lots of praise. This thirst of bonus and praise is nothing but the release of dopamine, which motivates us and drives the chase to find the answer or to solve the problem. Dopamine enhances working memory and also gives us flexible thinking. It makes us feel much more optimistic. By the time the restaurant owner gets the news about the happenings in the restaurant, he feels the thrill on a personal level. He feels the mission much more compelling and important. The owner is the anterior insula of the brain, which makes us feel the thrill to find the answer or to solve a particular puzzle or problem. The whole staff is in action, and the chef, fueled by the energy and the importance of the event, cooks a masterpiece meal from the ingredients available. The chef is the hippocampus of the brain. The ingredients are the various inputs we get, and the meal is the new memory formed in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is responsible for memory formation. It becomes highly active when curiosity is triggered, and when the investor who came to the restaurant is impressed, the anterior insula, which is the owner of the restaurant, makes us feel a gut feeling of satisfaction, and the whole brain feels rewarded and motivated. The investor, who is highly impressed by the meal and staff behavior, promises to invest in the restaurant. The investment is used for renovation. This renovation is the formation of new neural pathways and the strengthening of the existing ones in our brain. The formation of new neural pathways, the removal of the redundant ones, and the strengthening of these existing pathways is often termed as neuroplasticity. The process helps us in the acquisition of new knowledge and better flow of information from one region to another in the brain. Neuroplasticity is often much more significant in children and the adolescents as compared to the adults. Now let's summarize the whole process once again. The investor comes means curiosity is sparked. The head waiter notices means the anterior cingulate cortex observes the conflict and is aroused and reports to the manager. The manager, which is the prefrontal cortex, immediately makes a plan to impress the investor. The plan motivates the entire team and they have a thirst for bonus and praise by the owner, which is the release of dopamine. By the time the whole news reaches the owner feels a thrill to achieve the goal. The owner is the anterior insula of our brain. At the end, the chef, from the available ingredients, cooks a masterpiece meal, and the chef is the hippocampus of our brain. The investor is now impressed and invests in the restaurant, and the investment is used to renovate the restaurant, which is the process of neuroplasticity. Now just think, imagine if these kinds of investors come again and again in the restaurant, meaning curiosity is sparked again and again, and we are curious, then every part of the brain, that is, in analogy, every member of the restaurant will become expert at their work. The head waiter now observes in a much better way that what is the particular problem. He instantly reports it to the manager, which is the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making, goal setting, focus, problem solving, is now an expert solving the problems again and again. We become much better at problem solving when we are curious. The hippocampus, which was the chef in our analogy, is now a master chef. It is now an expert at forming memory and at memory consolidation. Also, dopamine is released in our brain again and again, which improves our flexible thinking, often keeps us motivated, and now our thinking is much more rational. Our restaurant is not just a normal one, it's now a 5-star hotel, which means our brain is now much more better than our previous version. Also, the renovation takes place again and again, that is, many neural pathways are formed. Now we have a dense network of neurons. Now let us see its effect. The word cognitive means the ability to think, to solve a problem, or to remember something. We often see cognitive decline, which is the decline in the ability to think, to solve a problem, or to remember something with age. Research suggests that the people who were very curious throughout their entire life often face only a slight decline in their cognitive ability. That means this cognitive decline is much more reduced. It is much more less in people who are curious. Now I will mention some more effects of curiosity which will blow your mind. So keep watching the video till the end. Curiosity also interrupts the anxiety loops and stress responses and shifts our focus from threat-based worry to information seeking. It reduces the cortisol release. Stress is a major problem in today's generation, and people are often taking violent steps against themselves, often risking their lives. But all these things are highly reduced in people who are much more curious. Curiosity has played a pivotal role in the human evolution. If our ancestors were not curious to explore the world around Africa, we might never have evolved this much. If our ancestors were not curious about the spark that came after rubbing two stones, we might never have been able to light up a fire. If our ancestors would have never been curious about the usage of the stone tools to hunt animals, we might never have been able to hunt animals, and our brain might never have evolved this much. Curiosity helped us to explore the world around us, and it is the most fundamental trait of any living organism. Curiosity is a powerful childlike wonder that, if nurtured, could unravel the secrets of the universe. Your comfort zone is a place where nothing grows, but just outside it is a world waiting to be discovered. Your next passion, next breakthrough, next great adventure is hiding behind a question you have never asked. So go ahead, pick something, anything, and ask why. Dig deeper, because knowledge isn't a destination, it's a journey fueled by just one thing: curiosity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay curious. Jai Hind.